Picture this. It's a chilly Canadian evening in the 1980s, and your family is huddled around a boxy TV set, its rabbit ear antennas tilted just right to catch the signal. The CBC logo spins onto the screen, or maybe it's CTV's familiar jingle filling the wood-paneled living room. The glow of the screen lights up faces young and old as laughter erupts over a Wayne and Schuster skit, or tears fall watching Terry Fox's Marathon of Hope. Do you remember those nights? When the TV wasn't just entertainment, it was a window into who we are as Canadians. From Mr. Dressup's Tickle Trunk to the electric buzz of the Summit series, these moments shaped our shared memory. Today, we're flipping through Canada's TV scrapbook to relive 10 legendary moments that every Canadian remembers. Let's rewind. Number 1. The 1972 Summit Series. Henderson's Goal. On September 28, 1972, Canada faced the Soviet Union in Game 8 of the Summit Series, a hockey showdown that gripped the nation. With the score tied and seconds ticking down, Paul Henderson scored the goal heard round the world, clinching a 6-5 victory. Foster Hewitt's iconic call, "Henderson has scored for Canada," echoed through every radio and TV. When and where it aired in Canada. Aired live on CBC September 28, 1972. Canadians watched in living rooms, bars, and school gyms, glued to grainy screens as the Cold War played out on ice. This wasn't just a hockey game. It was a battle for national pride. Canada, the birthplace of hockey, faced a seemingly unbeatable Soviet team. Henderson's goal sparked euphoria, uniting a divided nation during a tense era. Henderson's goal became a cultural touchstone. Kids reenacted it in street hockey games, and the phrase "Foster Hewitt" became synonymous with hockey's heartbeat. It's still quoted in sports bars and history classes. Number 2. Terry Fox's Marathon of Hope, 1980. In 1980, Terry Fox, a young cancer survivor, ran across Canada to raise funds for cancer research. CBC and CTV broadcast his journey, capturing his determination as he ran on a prosthetic leg. His final run in Thunder Bay, halted by cancer's return, broke hearts nationwide. When and where it aired in Canada. Ongoing coverage throughout 1980 on CBC and CTV, with nightly news updates. The nation watched as Terry's run became a symbol of hope. Terry's courage transcended TV. His Marathon of Hope inspired millions, raising funds and awareness. Canadians felt united, donating en masse and cheering from roadsides. The annual Terry Fox run continues, and his story is a staple in schools. His image, curly hair, determined stride, remains a symbol of selflessness. Number 3. Mr. Dressup's Tickle Trunk, 1967 to 1996. Ernie Coombs, as Mr. Dressup, delighted kids with stories, crafts, and costumes pulled from his magical tickle trunk. Alongside puppets Casey and Finnegan, he created a whimsical world on CBC's longest-running children's show. When and where it aired in Canada. Aired on CBC from 1967 to 1996. Mornings in Canadian homes were filled with kids cross-legged in front of TVs singing along. Mr. Dressup was a gentle friend, teaching creativity and kindness. For generations, he was a comforting constant in a changing world. The cultural impact. Phrases like tickle trunk entered the lexicon. Parents and kids bonded over crafts, and Coombs' legacy lives in Canada's love for wholesome storytelling. Number 4. Much Music's VJ Search, 1984 to 2000s. Much Music, Canada's music channel, launched the VJ Search, a nationwide hunt for charismatic hosts. Live auditions and broadcasts showcased young Canadians vying to be the next Rick Campanelli or Monica Diol. When and where it aired in Canada. Aired on Much Music, starting in 1984 with major events in the 1990s and 2000s. Teens watched on bedroom TVs, dreaming of fame. Much Music was Canada's MTV, and the VJ Search made stars feel accessible. It captured the energy of youth culture from grunge to pop. VJs became household names, and Much Music shaped Canadian music tastes. The search inspired countless teens to chase creative dreams. Number 5. The Montreal Olympics Opening Ceremony, 1976. On July 17, 1976, the Montreal Olympics opened with a dazzling ceremony broadcast live on CBC. Canadians watched as athletes paraded, and the Olympic flame was lit, marking Canada's first Summer Games. When and where it aired in Canada. Aired live on CBC July 17, 1976. Families gathered in living rooms, proud to see Canada on the world stage. The ceremony was a moment of national pride, showcasing Canada's diversity and ambition. It united a nation still finding its global identity. The Games left a legacy of sports infrastructure and pride. Canadians still reminisce about our Olympics and the athletes who shone. Number 6. Wayne and Schuster's Rinse the Blood Off My Toga, 1958. Comedy duo. Wayne and Schuster performed their classic skit, Rinse the Blood Off My Toga, a hilarious take on Julius Caesar's murder, blending Shakespeare with Canadian wit. It aired on The Wayne and Schuster Show. When and where it aired in Canada, aired on CBC in 1958, with reruns for decades. Canadians laughed in living rooms and quoted lines at dinner tables. Wayne and Schuster were Canada's comedy kings, and this skit showcased their clever wordplay. It made highbrow humor accessible and fun. The cultural impact. Lines like, "I told him, Julie, don't go," became catchphrases. Their humor shaped Canadian comedy, influencing generations of comedians. Now here's a moment that defined a generation's coming of age. Number 7. Degrassi Junior High's Everybody Wants Something, 1987. In this 1987 episode of Degrassi Junior High, the show tackled teen pregnancy with raw honesty. Characters like Spike faced real-world issues, groundbreaking for youth TV. When and where it aired in Canada, aired on CBC in 1987. Teens and parents watched on living room TVs, sparking tough conversations. Degrassi didn't shy away from heavy topics, making it a cultural milestone. It gave teens a voice and parents insight into their world. The cultural impact. Degrassi became a Canadian export, shaping global teen dramas. Its realism inspired open dialogue about tough issues. And then came a moment that had us all cheering. Number 8. Sidney Crosby's Golden Goal, 2010. On February 28, 2010, Sidney Crosby scored the overtime goal that won Canada the Olympic gold medal in men's hockey against the USA. The nation erupted as CBC broadcast the moment live. Aired live on CBC and CTV, February 28, 2010. Bars, homes, and public screens were packed with cheering fans. The goal was a modern echo of 1972, cementing Canada's hockey dominance. It united a nation in celebration during the Vancouver Olympics. Crosby's golden goal became a rallying cry. Canadians rewatched the clip endlessly, and it's still a point of pride. From sports to satire, here's a moment that redefined Canadian humor.
Again, look. Crosby scored! Sidney Crosby! The golden goal!
Number 9. Rick Mercer's Talking to Americans, 2001. Rick Mercer's This Hour has 22-minute segment. Talking to Americans aired, where Mercer hilariously pranked Americans into believing absurd Canadian facts, like congratulating Canada on legalizing insulin. Aired on CBC in 2001. Canadians watched in living rooms, laughing at their neighbors' misconceptions. Mercer's satire was sharp yet affectionate, poking fun while highlighting Canadian identity. It was a masterclass in political comedy. Clips went viral and Canadians quoted lines like, "Prime Minister Jean Poutine." It cemented Mercer as a national treasure. Finally, a moment that told us who we are. Number 10. Heritage Minutes. I Smell Burnt Toast, 1991. The Historica Canada. Heritage Minute series launched with the iconic Wilder Penfield Minute about the Montreal neurosurgeon who mapped the brain, ending with the patient's famous line, "I smell burnt toast," aired on CBC and CTV starting in 1991, often during commercial breaks. Canadians caught them between shows or at school. These 60-second vignettes brought Canadian history to life, from Laura Secord to the Underground Railroad. They educated and inspired pride. "I smell burnt toast" became a national catchphrase. Heritage Minutes shaped how Canadians see their history, quoted in classrooms and parodies. Those were the days, weren't they? When a single TV screen could bring a nation together, whether we were cheering for hockey heroes, laughing at Rick Mercer's wit, or learning our history through Heritage Minutes. Before smartphones and streaming, Canadian TV was our campfire where we shared stories, dreams, and pride. These moments didn't just entertain. They shaped who we are, giving us catchphrases, heroes, and memories we'll never forget. So tell us in the comments, which of these moments lives rent-free in your heart? Or is there another Canadian TV moment you think every generation should see? Hit that subscribe button, and let's keep rewinding Canada's story together on Canadian Rewind. Until next time, keep the TV on and the memories alive.